Hello, I'm RJ City, and you are listening to the MonsterCast. You're going to talk about Bela Lugosi. They're going to talk about Lon Chaney Jr. He'd be so sad holding his hat saying, please put me in this room and don't unlock the door. And you can't do any better than the Dahl brothers. Jack and Ryan, they're brothers, but they're also bros. What? Pardon? Wrestling. Well, who the hell wants to talk about wrestling? These are horror movies. It's a deep genre. It's a smart genre. Fantastic actors. Fantastic cinematography. Wrestling is just sweating and fireworks and bouncy ropes. There's nothing. So how can you talk about that every week? All right. Let's see them try. Take it away, you crazy dolls.
You.
Jesus fuck my fucking ass. What the fuck? Please shut up.
No. Master Watto is a
shut
champion.
up.
You're gonna put some
Stop
respect on his
fucking
name
saying
now.
Master Watto on this fucking show.
IWGP Junior Heavyweight Co-Champion.
What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Apple Fightful here. You're watching the MonsterCast with Jack and Ryan. A big shout out to those fellas. Good people. Check them out.
Oh my god, what is this?
It
Who
looks
is
like a
making
TV.
the New Japan titles? They need to stop
It
making
looked like
titles.
a TV, bro. They took it too literally. That's the problem.
They should have just turned it into a TV. I would have been more impressed.
That would have been cooler.
Put some
Make
antennas
it-
on the top.
No, just make it like a digital title. Like you could display whatever you want on the
Oh,
digital.
like an
title.
LCD screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then have
That'd be
the
sick as
picture
fuck.
of the person that's the champ. That'd be so good.
Oh fuck.
That'd be worth it.
Wrestling podcast. How fucking original.
Jake and Brian. Brandon Cutler here from AEW, and I hope you guys have an awesome podcast with the MonsterCast. What was that? Your name is Jack and Ryan? Shut up, Jack and Ryan.
Tell me who you would sign first.
Hiroshi Tanahashi.
No, not overall, genius. Between the two goddamn examples I'm about to give you.
Master Watto.
Killer Cross or Dominic Dijakovic, who are you signing first?
Killer Cross. 100%.
What the fuck?
Absolutely.
Wrong! That
No,
answer is
I would.
wrong.
I would.
Oh
Killer
my god.
You don't know shit! Your opinions suck!
I guess I mean. You're welcome.
Fuck,
See,
I'll boo it.
I don't think I've ever said boo.
I will.
That's so stupid.
I'll do it. Boo! Boo! You can't. Don't actually say the word because that's why it sounds weird. You gotta. It's like more like a note. Boo! You don't fucking actually say boo.
No.
Boo! 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 You don't turn it into a fucking chant. You actually have to.
I will. I'm gonna do that at Forbidden Doors.
You start a boo chant. Boo! 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 Boo!
Here's your hosts of the MonsterCast, the Straight Edge Monster Jack and Ryan.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the MonsterCast. I am the Straight Edge Monster Jack. That is Ryan Rockwell. We've got predictions sure to be wrong and confidence picks for the Royal Rumble. Let's throw up the current prediction records, even though I don't want to do that. We both went 4-6. I got to move those over actually a little bit. I got to space that out because the records aren't big enough yet. So I went back to 4-6. We had like the triple digits, so I got to realign them or whatever. But 4-6 is the 2024 prediction record for both of us from Wrestle Kingdom 18. We're gonna hopefully do better than that on this one. I am up currently in confidence picks by a big 2 points, 26-24 from that show as well. Don't have the title available yet for that, and also I really don't want to even give myself that title or really even the prediction title yet until we get winning records. I do have the prediction title up there right now, but that's just because I accidentally left it on there and I was tinkering with it because I want to have it where like you could possibly have all three titles. So I've got them really small at the bottom of the screen. Ryan can't see that right now because this is an exclusive to our YouTube subscribers and YouTube channel. Predictions sure to be wrong. We're going to do Royal Rumble, my favorite pay-per-view of the year. We've got some huge news going on in WWE. I can't wait to talk about that on Sunday. Obviously, we'll be doing the review of the Royal Rumble. We'll be talking about the Netflix news. We'll be talking about The Rock being on the board, obviously. Talking about the Okada having his last match at Corrigan Hall last night, I believe it was, or technically this morning, I guess, for us. Dropping the never open weight 6-man titles or vacating them. Like, a lot of shit going on right now. A lot of surprises probably going to be at the Royal Rumble. It's going to be interesting, but we're going to start off with the 4 matches that have been announced for Royal Rumble. So if there's anything else after, they will be picked by me and Ryan, but they will not be involved in the confidence picks things because we don't want to shuffle all that shit around again. So we're just going to pick it for the predictions like we did with Wrestle Kingdom, but not, it won't have any effect on the confidence picks. All right. First up, we've got the U.S. title matchup between Logan Paul and Kevin Owens. I believe this is Logan Paul's first actual title defense with the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. I think he won this win, SummerSlam, right?
Yeah. And it's, well, was it SummerSlam? No, I think it was.
Or it could have been Survivor Series, I guess, right?
Survivor Series.
I just know he wrestles in the big pay-per-views, basically.
You know, the arguments that I made for him being champion at the time never really did come. I mean, he did wear it on interviews and stuff, like I said he would, but it doesn't seem like it's done much for anyone the way that I thought it would, if that makes sense.
Correct. No, I agree with you.
So
I mean, just listen to talk. We don't even remember when he fucking won the title. I mean, like if he was actually doing something on a consistent basis, we would know exactly when he won it, how many defenses he's had, all that kind of stuff. Like he's been.
It wasn't
absent.
Survivor Series either, was it? It was
Might not have been.
Because.
But he's had it for a while, and this is his first defense, right?
That's the thing, though. If it seems like he's had it for a while, I think he's only had it for a couple months, right? So it's
based off the Jack Tunney rules, he should not have it. Obviously, we don't follow that anymore. Look at Roman, but still.
He wanted a crown jewel.
Crown jewel, that's it. Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Or the big money show. Yeah, I mean that falls into the category I was talking about though, the big money shows.
Good.
I mean it is. He got paid a shit ton of money for it. All right, but I'm gonna say he keeps it obviously because they're gonna want him to wrestle at WrestleMania. I feel like he might drop it at WrestleMania, but he's not gonna drop it now. And it's weird because Kevin Owens has had a weird last 3 years, right? So like he's put in the position at WrestleMania to go against Austin and loses, right? Then he's put in the position of being tag team champion with Sammy to culminate the Uso feud. And now this year he's like back on SmackDown by himself away from Sammy, and they're literally about to have him put over Logan Paul. Like that's weird.
Think? I don't know if they are.
You think Owens is gonna win?
Okay, so the thing with Logan Paul is that he's got stuff going on outside of wrestling, obviously. He just had to pay back a bunch of money on his little NFT scam not that long ago.
All the more reason to stick around a little bit longer and make more defenses so he can get more money.
Yeah, but it might not be his call. What I'm saying is that with the deal that they just made with Netflix and everything, and he's got kind of a weird past and everything that he's been involved in and stuff. It could be like a Netflix saying, "Hey, we don't want that motherfucker champion." Who knows?
I highly doubt it. First of all, that doesn't take place till 2025, and they had Dave Chappelle on their show, so like on their network or whatever, they don't care. In fact, I think a question that needs to be asked to Nick Khan that I've not seen asked. Nick Khan was on Pat McAfee show. I saw that yesterday. I also saw The Rock on the First Take show. I saw that yesterday. I saw both of those live. Not me just going back and watching clips on X. I watched both things, interviews, segments live in full. I'm very shocked that no one asked either one about the possibility of a more Attitude-esque Raw because Netflix will allow pretty much anything.
Yeah, but God, people have really got to get over the attitude shit.
No, I'm just saying the presentation like more like an AEW is what I would say. Not necessarily attitude era, because there was a lot of shitty storylines in Attitude too, silly stuff that like cringeworthy stuff. You try to watch it now, it's like, what, really? But
I'd probably just ask her. You still
talking about
gonna
like more
maintain
like
it?
cursing, along the lines of cursing, types of match types, blood,
Yeah,
etc.
so you would just say, are you maintaining a PG rating?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would say.
Okay. Um,
Or would it be too drastic of a change between Raw and SmackDown at that point? Because USA wouldn't want to do that. But now with Raw no longer being the longest reigning episodic cable show or whatever when they move in 2025, because that'll be gone. Right. That'll be gone. So you're no longer worried about ratings and demographics and shit for that particular show, because that's not on cable anymore. You already got the money. You got $5 billion. You won't have to worry about that for another 4 years, because you, like the Netflix deal says, they can end it after 5, but that's the earliest they can end it. So it's going to be on Netflix minimum till 2030. Minimum. There's no getting out of it. It goes 5, and then they can say, and it goes 5, and then they can make another decision at 10, and then they can actually extend it all the way up to 20 years is the deal, which is insane to think about. So
Netflix, their shit now is like what, $16 for the non-ad version?
I think they're getting rid of the non-ad version. There's a rumor going around that they're getting rid of like whatever the lowest tier is.
That is the ad version. So the non-ad
Okay,
version.
my bad. Yeah, okay then, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people that I was reading was like $23.99 or some shit like that. That were paying a month for that shit.
I think it's for the HD one. The standard one, if you don't pay for the HD shit, I think is like just under 16 now. It's fucking crazy.
But I think a guy like Kevin Owens, for instance, who's currently on SmackDown, would benefit if they were going to go to a non-PG rating.
Yeah.
Would benefit more on a Raw. So it'd be interesting to see when like the drafts and stuff happen like that. Who would want? Like, please put me on Netflix. I could be fucking amazing over there, type deal.
They probably had to do this because of Tama Tonga.
Possibly.
He can't stop saying
if we want to have a legit shot at MJF, if we think MJF's telling the truth, which you do not, you think he's already signed, but let's say he's not signed, right? This would be a way to get MJF over there and still keep him the same type of character. Yes.
Yeah. I don't think there's any shot you in the Adam Cole storyline the way that he
No, I
ended
agree.
it without
But
being
do you think
signed.
that helps him in the free agents? Well, why are we talking about this right now? Well, let's talk about Royal Rumble. We'll get to that Sunday. But for Kevin Owens, you actually think he has a legit shot here to win the title?
Yeah.
Because this is not like when you say Logan Paul situation with all the stuff that's surrounding him currently, it's not like it's a Matt Riddle type deal. It's not that serious.
The crypto scam is pretty fucking bad.
Correct, but it doesn't really affect WWE. They don't care.
Sure, but it might
They sure
affect
the hell
people
ain't
that they're
hurting
working
their
with,
stock prices right now. Let's just say that.
I guess. Well, no, I'm sure they look fine. Yeah, but what I was getting at when I said, it doesn't feel like the U.S. title has been elevated, or he has brought it around to shows and podcasts and wears it in public or whatever. Like I said, he would.
But the bar was already low. Rey Mysterio wasn't doing anything with it. Austin Theory wasn't doing anything with it. So it's been a while since the U.S. champion was like, you looked at it and it was like, okay.
But I think that's why you give it back to Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens
Maybe,
did have a
because, he was the original, like, what? He was the original dude that took it off Cena or whatever, when Cena was doing the open challenge stuff, and then Owens was doing the same type of deal and beating the shit out of everybody. I agree with that part, but do we... I was going to say, do we really want to put him back in that division, but you can't really do anything else with him because he's on SmackDown. Yeah, that's his ceiling on SmackDown because Roman's the champ.
Yeah,
so yeah, I get that.
Fucking story.
I'm still going to go Logan here, though. I'm still going to go Logan.
Yeah, it's probably the smarter pick. I think they have some fuck finish where he does like a little cheaty goddamn thing, but I don't know. I could see them
situation or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, but doing that on pay-per-view also sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna go Paul. I mean but I don't think it's cut and dry as you're making it sound. But I'm gonna go.
Well, we'll find out about that on the confidence picks. All right, so next up we've got the Fatal 4-Way match. This match I'm actually really looking forward to, even though I'm clearly picking Roman. Everybody and their mom is gonna pick Roman, but I do want to see this match. Like, I like all 4 of these dudes. I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be a good match. This could be one of the. There's not a lot of people that can remember a lot of great Fatal 4-Way matches. We've had this conversation about triple threat matches in the past. Yeah. And this could be one of them, for sure. Easily. And because there's only 4 matches on the card at the moment, we're assuming that they're going to get enough time to be considered one of the best Fatal 4-Ways of all time as well.
Yeah.
And you don't need a lot of Roman outside interference in this type of match either, because it's a match that he can escape with the title without help, because you got 3 other dudes beating the shit out of each other too, type deal, where you can quote unquote steal one with a spear or some shit after somebody else hits their move on somebody, you know, something like that. But I am going to go Roman, obviously. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I don't think that there's any fucking shot they give it to somebody else at the lesser pay-per-view of Royal Rumble, which is crazy to say, but yeah, no.
I mean, it's not crazy to say in the stance that because of what his reign is, it's WrestleMania or he's not losing it.
Right. Yeah. So what do you think happens after the match though? Rock comes out, or
That's a great question. It depends on if you think Rock is going to enter the Rumble, which I personally do not think he's going to, because I don't think they want to jeopardize him possibly getting hurt.
well, you haven't come out at 30.
I don't care. You do not take that risk. You don't take it. That man got a hernia in a match with John Cena just from picking him up in a fireman's carry. No, you do not risk The Rock getting hurt. You don't.
I don't see how you get hurt coming out at 30 with like 2 other people left. Let them fight each other mostly, and then you toss the other guy. You know,
You don't even have to do it at Royal Rumble. I understand that The Rock's name is all in the headlines right now, so people would probably be expecting him to come out like you were saying after like the New Japan style, like Roman wins it and then the next challenger comes out type deal. But that only works if he does like the Kenny Omega thing where he talks about how he's beating everybody or whatever and there's nobody left for him, and then The Rock's music hits. But you can do that on SmackDown with the rating and pop the rating. You don't need to do that on Royal Rumble. Everybody's already going to be watching Royal Rumble. You don't have to do it at Royal Rumble. I don't think.
yeah, that's true. But you could do it just to pop the rating for Monday Night Raw.
So I don't think it's going to be on Raw because they're both SmackDown. They're on SmackDown, so.
No, but okay. But if they do something where The Rock comes out, you know they'll have him come out on Monday. Does like a special feature shit.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I think you wait till SmackDown. He came out on SmackDown last time he came out, so I think you put him out on SmackDown.
Do you think are we convinced that whoever wins the Rumble even goes after Roman's titles?
When you see who I pick, yes.
Okay, well then.
No, not Roman's titles. No, disagree.
Okay. Yeah, I'm obviously picking Reigns on this too, though.
All right. So now let's get into it. Let's do the women's. Let's do the women's one first. I don't have separate graphics. Royal Rumble matches. Okay. All the graphics I saw, I wanted to like a bunch of the people, but I wanted them all to be in the Rumble match, and they were like LA Knights and the Roman Reigns were up there because it was like the poster, which I understand. It doesn't make any sense when they're not technically in the Royal Rumble match. So Royal Rumble matches. That's all it says on the graphic. Royal Rumble matches. So we're gonna start with the women's. I'm gonna pick the women's first. And I'm gonna let you pick the men's first. Is that cool? All right.
Well,
so, let's do something fun too. I'll give us an extra point in confidence picks if we can correctly predict one. They have to be different, and I'll let you go first for the women, and I'll go first for the men on that. One surprise appearance, somebody that is either debuting or getting back from injury or new signing type deal, if that makes sense. All right.
Okay.
So you just got to pick one name, and they got to be different. So whoever you pick, I can't pick them. All right. I got Bayley winning it because I think that sets up the storyline with her and Damage Control and going after Io Sky, possibly. Bayley's never won it. Bayley's one of the highest people on their roster as far as the women's division that hasn't won it. You've had Rhea win it. You've had Bianca win it. You've had Charlotte win it. You've had Asuka win it. You've had Becky win it. Right? Unless I said Becky already, but you get what I'm saying. So Bayley's like the only one besides Sasha, and Sasha's not currently there. Unless you think she's going to show up, of course. There are people that think that for some reason. All signs point to no on that, but it's possible. You never fucking know. You literally never know, dude. That's why I love the Royal Rumble so much. But I'm going to go Bayley because of the storyline. And I really don't want to see Becky win it again and go after Rhea because I think that storyline has already been being built. So I don't need to see that storyline. Because that story, I mean, I don't need to see that step in the storyline take place for that match to happen. Rhea's beating everybody on Raw except for Becky in a championship match. So that is kind of really her only option at this moment. So I'm going to go Bayley, I think. And I really love Bayley, obviously, as everybody knows on the show.
I think she's got the highest Vegas odds right now too, so that's not really surprising.
That's cool. I did not know that. So I don't know anything about the Vegas odds or anything or stuff like that. I've never bet on WWE. I have bet on AEW in the past, obviously. You've helped me with that, but trying to figure out how to catch up my fucking money. But yeah, I've never bet on WWE, so that's interesting that she is actually the favorite to win. Then
She's a favorite, and last time I looked, I think it was Becky was number 2.
Okay, see, I don't think Becky needs it. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Becky won it again because they're trying to push her as, like, you know, when they want to look back on history, they want to push her as the Austin of fucking women. So it wouldn't shock me if she won it again so they could say the only 2-time women's Royal Rumble winner type deal or whatever. But I just think it's Bayley. If Bayley doesn't win it this year, I don't think she'll ever win the Royal Rumble, and that'll suck. So I think she should win it.
Okay. Yeah, I see the Bailey arguments. And obviously with her being the highest odds on Vegas too, that's a tempting pick. I don't necessarily want to pick the same shit as you though. That's the problem with Royal Rumble. I do think the Becky stuff makes sense too. I do think they want to set up Rhea versus Becky, and that is the easiest way to do that. Because I don't think the damage control stuff needs it. Because you could definitely have that match without, you just tell the story, and then they have their split or whatever, and get mad at each other, and then wrestle each other for that reason. You don't need the Royal Rumble thing involved. I'll go Becky.
You know what they could do? You know what they could do with the Bayley situation to make it still make sense and still have her win the Royal Rumble? She challenges Rhea because she doesn't want to go after Io because they're friends. She challenges her at Elimination Chamber in Australia. She loses. Rhea keeps her title because she wanted to bring all the gold to Damage Control. They turn on her at Elimination Chamber, and then that sets up Bayley getting the shot at Io for her title instead at WrestleMania. They could do it like that. It doesn't have to be at WrestleMania. We've seen people challenge before that and put their shit on the line to go to WrestleMania against people that didn't win or that is current champion at Elimination Chamber. We've seen that in the past too. Or before WrestleMania. I don't know if it's been actually at Elimination Chamber. There used to be 2 pay-per-views before WrestleMania. It wasn't just Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, then WrestleMania. There used to be something else, but so we've seen both of those scenarios play out before. So they could do it like that, and that would make sense. And actually give the Bayley Io a lot more heat going into it. But I just think it's Bayley.
Good.
So you're going Becky?
I'm going Becky, not because I think that Bayley is a wrong pick, but just because I don't want to pick the same shit.
All good. It's all good. Let's go with your surprise pick for the women, yeah.
Liv Morgan could probably come back. I think she's about ready, right?
No idea what her injury even was, to be real with you.
Let's see. It's a shoulder.
Okay. I don't know if coming back from a shoulder injury, the first thing you want to do is get thrown over the top rope to the floor. That's just me, though. That's just me. Especially depending on who you get thrown out by. Nia Jax is press slamming you over. Rhea Ripley's throwing you. Well, not Rhea Ripley, obviously this year, but you get what I'm saying, like Raquel Rodriguez or some shit.
You just have somebody catch her, and then put her down.
Yeah, well, Finn Balor got caught on that fucking guardrail from that damn buckle bomb too, and his ass didn't help his shoulder either. I mean, to drop that Universal title.
You throw somebody out to Raquel, who's already on the bottom, and Raquel just catches you. Yeah, I think Liv Morgan coming back is probably about due because she's been gone since last summer, so she got to be fixed by now.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not gonna go Sasha because I think that's too bold of a pick because everything that we've been hearing is that it's pretty much a done deal already in AEW. So I'm not gonna say Sasha. I'll fucking pop for Sasha because I like Sasha. So like if she showed up, happy for her, whatever. But I still feel like not as big. No one will ever be as big of a hypocrite as Phil, but it will be like a similar thing. Like I'll be like, oh, I'll pop, and then I'll think about like, really? That's what you did type deal.
If you want a free point on this, just say Trinity.
No, I'm picking Naomi, but I was leaning towards Naomi and Jade. So I think Jade Cargill is going to debut here and throw out Nia Jax, and that's going to set them up at one of the WrestleManias for Jade's first official match. But since that is a little bit more far-fetched, I'm definitely going Naomi here for the point. So I'm going Naomi. But those were the two that I was leaning towards. Basically, I was going to pick the other one if you picked one of them. Liv completely slipped my mind. Liv's probably a no-brainer too. I mean, you got to think about it. They need 30 women.
Yeah.
Charlotte's out with an injury. Rhea's champ. Io's champ. Kabuki Warriors might have a match that we don't know about yet. We'll have to wait till SmackDown to figure that one out. So, Dakota's out. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, that'll be interesting. But yeah, okay, so Liv, and I'm going to go with Naomi. All right, so now men's Royal Rumble matches. Who you got?
It feels like the story they're telling is that CM Punk's gonna win.
Like Mussolini!
Yeah, I don't feel good about that, but it feels like that's where they're going with the promo that they just had on Monday or whenever it was. I think it was Monday.
If it's not too old of news by Sunday, we'll talk about that promo as well.
It wasn't.
I gave my thoughts on it already. A lot of people agreed with me too, so I appreciate everybody that liked the tweet. But anyway,
falls flat.
Are you picking Punk? Is that you're leaning towards?
I mean,
it's literally Punk
it's Rhodey
or Cody, right?
Yeah, it's Cody
or The Rock
Punk.
if he shows up. It's those three, I think.
Or Gunther if they really want to throw in.
Yes. Oh, that would be like I'm secretly pulling for Gunther to be double champ. I'm not even joking, dude. Not even joking. I thought his promo on fucking Raw with Seth was great.
Yeah.
That was awesome. So yeah, I'm secretly pulling for Gunther to just chop the shit out of everybody out. I want him to chop the fuck out of CM Punk so hard.
Yeah, me too.
For all of us, Gunther. All of us. Even I don't give a fuck if you're a Punk hater or if you're a Punk fan and then you saw how much of a hypocrite he's been. Chop him through his chest, Gunther. I want it. You can do multiples. You probably won't have to because he'll probably just fly out the fucking ring after you hit him with the one, but do it.
You know, it's funny. Gunther in an interview once said that the hardest chop that he's ever gotten was from Penta.
Yes. Penta, that motherfucker said he was bleeding. He looked down and said, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
Bleeding.
Mm-hmm. Penta ain't no joke, dude. But fucking, you get Gunther in the ring, you chop that motherfucker. He turns around, he runs right into Drew McIntyre. He chops him back. Fucking Sheamus is in there. He chops them all three of them from last year's WrestleMania. Just chop the fuck out of CM Punk until he goes flying over the top rope.
Yeah, just botch the finish.
He's not for choppers' rights.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm the way that they're telling the story, it's got to be between Rhodes and Punk. I don't think they pull the trigger on Rhodes right here.
That's crazy to think about. No one fucking ever tell me that Cody shouldn't have won last year again. Ever. Because if he doesn't win here, if he does not main event WrestleMania this year, fucking waste.
No. Because here's what you do. You do the Shawn Michaels story, where he's got to find a way to get into the match and onto the card and whatever. Huh?
Gotta find a way to get his smile back.
No, fucking.
Is he gonna be so depressed after he loses this fucking Royal Rumble?
No, after Undertaker told him no, remember? And he had to do all the bullshit to make sure that Undertaker lost his belt so that he wasn't in a championship match, and then had to do all the
There's no fucking way that's gonna happen.
So he lost the Rumble, and then he's like, "Fuck! I can't challenge Undertaker for the title now." So then he makes Undertaker lose the title.
I understand
so
that.
he can have his match
so you think he's gonna do that with Roman?
No, he's not gonna make Roman lose the title.
He's already been on record saying he has to win that specific title. It can't be the Seth Rollins one. That's why we've had this entire conversation since he got drafted to Raw, which makes no fucking sense.
My story.
This is the only way he can get back at Roman is if he wins the Rumble. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Are you gonna fight The Rock at WrestleMania? That's no better. You're gonna get your ass kicked in again.
Nah. The Rock was gassed from doing 2 fucking moves. I think he'll be alright. That man was breathing hard as fuck when he was doing that head of the table promo.
What I don't understand is how the fuck are we gonna pull off Rock versus Roman when it's gonna be a 30-minute match and Rock has to fucking wrestle for 30 minutes, dude?
Yeah, I was working
There's
on
no
cardio.
way. There's no way. Yeah, I mean, you can do as much cardio as you want. It don't matter.
I
It's
mean,
gonna be
he
fucking
was,
brutal.
he was fucking gassed after doing like what, like a people's elbow?
He's gonna be
Crazy.
gas coming out. If he's in the Royal Rumble, he's gonna be gas by the time he gets to the ring. Like Ultimate Warrior, but he ain't gonna be running. At least Ultimate Warrior ran to the ring. God damn. Fucking Rock's not gonna jog or walk or run to the ring, and he's gonna be fucking gassed when he gets in there. He's gonna be sweating too. He's already gonna be sweating. That motherfucker sweats like Lex Luger.
Yeah, it's too much mass, bro.
Crazy.
Um,
Anyway, so I don't want to go the same as you, but I'm going. Okay, you know what? I was gonna pick Punk, but I'm not gonna pick the same as you. So I'll do like you just did for me. I'll go Cody.
Yeah.
I'll do the back-to-back because they want to turn him into the next Shawn Michaels and the next Austin. The only guys to win back-to-back Rumbles, bullshit type deal. But I just don't think it's going to happen. I do think it's going to be Punk if it's not The Rock. If The Rock's music hits, The Rock is winning because that's literally the only reason The Rock would be in the Royal Rumble is to fight Roman so that he has a reason to stake his claim as head of the table, even though he doesn't need it because he has the history to back him up as one of the most popular stars of all time.
That's another thing too. That's another match that I feel like you could tell totally fine without him being involved in the Rumble at all. So he literally just comes back and says,
the people that
"I'm
say
the-
that he doesn't need the title also not right, because the whole part of the head of the table thing is
No,
because
Roman needs the title."
I agree. I agree that Rock doesn't need the title, but the title needs to be involved in the match, is what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying Rock doesn't need the Royal Rumble win to tell
No,
the
I
story.
agree with that 100%. He does not need to be in the Rumble. No, I agree. Punk winning makes sense because he'd be going after Seth Rollins' title, which is the feud that they've been telling the whole time. And then Cody is just a stepping stone to CM Punk's WrestleMania, WrestleMania main event, even though it's on the opposite brand. Cody is trying to leap fucking brands so that he can go after Roman, who he lost to last year, and hasn't done anything since except for get Jey Uso over to SmackDown or over to Raw from SmackDown somehow after he quote unquote retired. So the likelihood of Cody winning again is slim to none if The Rock is literally going to be involved. And there's been tons of hints dropped by Rock, including on First Take, including on the last SmackDown that he showed up when he did the whole head of the table thing, alluding to Roman.
Should I sit at the head of the table?
They popped like a motherfucker though. They did pop.
I was so tired.
It was awesome. Imagine being that old, being away from that long for that long, just coming in, doing 2 moves and then a fucking 3-minute promo and getting that kind of reaction. People would fucking kill for that in WWE right now. But that's also partly due because of how WWE runs their show now too. So it's not really all their fault. I'm not blaming the wrestlers for it. I'm more blaming creative for it. But you know what I'm saying.
LA Knight gets in every time he comes out.
Who?
LA Knight.
Oh, that's true. But you've already seen what they did with him too. So like, it'd be what would be really fucking conflicting is if LA Knight was in the Rumble too instead of that 4-way. And I feel like that might be one of the reasons why, because they don't want motherfuckers booing the shit out of whoever wins because LA Knight didn't win it. Like, as soon as he gets thrown out, people are gonna be pissed. So they're like, no, we'll give him we'll act like he has a chance here in a fatal 4-way that we all know Roman's gonna win. I'll go Cody. Fuck it. I'll go Cody. I'm not gonna pick The Rock as my surprise entrant. That's a great question. Surprise entrant into the men's Royal Rumble.
MJF, baby.
Who?
MJF.
MJF. That'd be fucking nuts, dude. I turn off my TV. Turn it off.
Nah, I've got one. But
I've got one too, but mine is way more far-fetched than probably yours. I don't even know who the fuck I would pick for the men's, honestly. I'm leaning towards Big E. Would be insane.
Yeah, I was literally.
Are you really?
Big E,
I'm leaning towards Big E, but I have zero clue about what's going on with his neck or whatever. Every time they do that intro now, I'm like, man, I really wish he came on there. It's like, oh, like, you know how fucking loud that pop would be.
I mean, they might do that at the Rumble.
Fucking nuts, dude.
New Day music hit. Nobody knows which member it is, and then you just have him go. Oh.
No, I mean, what you do is you have Kofi and Xavier already come out,
already in there, yeah.
And then it doesn't. The music doesn't hit. It goes off, and because he starts it off by doing the silent, and then it just okay. So when the clock goes down to 0, or whatever, and does the buzzer, it's just silent, and then he goes, oh, and then it hits, and I was like, holy fuck, will be insane. I want to pick Big E. I really do. I can't really think of anybody else right now off the top of my head. By the way, Michelle McCool would have been a really solid pick for the women too, because she's been in there the last 2 years. So she always seems to come back for that one spot or whatever.
What about Andrade, maybe?
Ooh, Andrade's a good one. Yes.
He might show up.
Andrade and Big E are good ones.
But do you really come back just to be in the Rumble and then get thrown out
And lose,
immediately?
yeah, I know. Well,
Yeah.
it depends on how they have you lose. Yeah, obviously, to set up a feud going forward would be fine. So, like, let's say Andrade comes back and throws out Santos to help out Rey Mysterio or some shit like that. You know, something like that. I could see that happening, and they set that up where it's like Andrade and Rey Mysterio versus Santos and somebody. Or you could even have Andrade, Rey, and one of the other LWO members, DJZ. I don't know what they call him now, but Joaquin Wilde or whatever the hell he is. Go against like and maybe even a Dragon Lee. You could do like a whole fucking Border Wars type deal, or Carlito if you wanted to do that. Yeah, for the LWO, like the split of the LWO. So I don't even know if Rey Mysterio is healthy, by the way, still. I don't feel like he is. But it could be like a Carlito, Andrade, and Dragon Lee situation against
You know he doesn't have to do much.
Santos and the other two dudes if they turn heel.
Do a 619 off a hot tag, good to go.
Bad Bunny special referee at WrestleMania, you know, something like something like that. Like, just involve all of them and then move the fuck on from it, because I don't want to see the 20 Alberto Del Rio versus fucking Rey Mysterio matches, or the 20 Alberto Del Rio versus. I don't want to pigeonhole it, but I think it would be cool on WrestleMania to have that type of match. To have like a non-comedy fucking 4-on-4 lucha match that you're not just acting like it's no fucking big deal, like they did back in the Attitude Era type deal. Like, it was just a bullshit, like, cruiserweight tag match type shit that no one gave a fuck and gave like 4 minutes. Do like you have legit Latino fucking legends in the ring and give them time on like a night one or whatever, instead of seeing that stupid like tag team showdown fucking whatever the fuck that shit was last year when they did the men's and the women's, the showcase matches.
Showcases,
No, don't do that again. I'd much rather see the Carlito, Dragon Lee's, Rey Mysterio, and Andrade versus Santos and his boys. That would be way better. Maybe Santos, bring back fucking Humberto and Angel Garza to be with him, because they've been just lost in the tag team division, not doing shit. Bring them back. That was a good tag team. They're both great wrestlers. So that'd be cool. I think I will go Andrade. I think that would be cool as fuck. Especially if he comes back face, because then you could automatically have him come out with Zelina again too. Because Zelina stayed face in that whole thing. Santos is the only one that turned heel, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. I'll go Andrade. Fuck it. That's a cool one. I like that one. Big E is just a little bit too iffy for me, just because of what we're dealing with here. But he has been gone a long, long time. But it could be one of those situations where it's like Danielson and Saraya and shit like that, and Edge, where like he might be gone for another couple years, but then come back. If that makes sense.
I still think
That'd be cool as fuck, though. That would be cool. if Big E comes out, it's over for me. Like, I'm gonna yell like I'm at the fucking hockey game. Like, no joke. That'd be cool as shit. I don't often get teary-eyed when I watch wrestling. It's not an often thing. Like, I will pop, I will jump off the couch and stuff, but like, it's really hard to hit that type of emotion. But Big E coming out, dude, would be very close. Very close. I think it's only really happened like, I don't even do it when people retire. And when Edge came back for his Royal Rumble a couple years ago, that was pretty close. That was insane. When people die and they show the video packages like the Macho Man and the Ultimate Warrior, for me, that was fucking really fucking close. The Macho Man one was so well done. So that kind of stuff hits a little bit more than like, you know, just wrestling storylines or somebody coming back or whatever. But the Big E one, dude, that would probably be, the Big E one would probably be hit. But I mean, we've seen how like MVP and Bobby Lashley or whoever it was reacted when Kofi won Kofi Mania. I'd be pretty close to that type shit with Big E coming back at Royal Rumble. Would be insane.
The question is, do you have Ridge Holland throw him out on his head
Dude, don't. Why you always gotta ruin shit with it? Like, no.
Just to set up the match, bro.
No, you have Big E throw Ridge Holland out on his fucking head. That's what you do. That's what the fuck you do. And end that shit right there. Like, we're not on the same level. Get his ass out of there. That's what you do.
Yeah, I you know, the thing about Royal Rumble is you can be cleared enough to do Royal Rumble and not necessarily cleared enough to do full matches.
Yeah,
you know?
what if he came out there, did that one spot on Ridge Holland, and then, like, was gone for another 2 years?
Yeah. It's like, I'm not done with my rehab, bro. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's really the only one I think that I'd be like, well, I mean, unless you count like crazy shit, like if Okada shows up or whatever, but that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, that would be nuts.
So,
Like, no. I mean, there's names that can show
and
up.
he
that I
ain't,
would
he ain't
fucking-
showing up and losing.
Wow, he's in NXT anyway. The NXT Rumble.
Never fucking put that man in
The NXT pre-show Rumble.
Can you
That would be the new thing
imagine
that they added to the
like
Royal
a
Rumble.
fucking 400-time IWGP champion, like the two of the greatest matches of all time, and then fucking we got to put you on NXT to help you learn how to face the camera.
Dude, that would be fucking so brutal. So brutal.
Jesus Christ.
We're gonna talk about all that on Sunday though, for sure. We might talk about it to top the show if he actually does show up at Royal Rumble. Would be fucking nuts. All right, so I don't think that'll happen because they said January 31st was actually his last contracted day. So I don't know if he can or if it's gonna be like an Ospreay situation where he can do whatever the fuck he wants basically.
Well,
Deal
also
because it's
because
Okada.
WWE people already replied and said no, we wouldn't put him in fucking NXT. That's crazy.
Yeah, I understand that we were joking, but that was an actual report that came out from what some people consider a credible source over there too. So that's why it was weird. I mean, that's why it fucking shot off like a cannon very fast when that came out. All right, so are you gonna go Big E or are you gonna go somebody else?
Yeah, I think of everybody, I mean, Andrade probably makes more sense as far as like not being as much of a guess. I feel like Andrade is a safer pick if I really want the point.
No, I already picked Andrade. You can't have him.
Oh, okay. Then, I
Yeah,
guess
you
I
can't have
gotta-
that
I'll go
point.
Big E.
That's my point.
Oh, okay,
if it
I'll
ha-
go
if
Big
it
E then,
happens.
Yeah, I'll go Big E.
All right. Be another interesting person to show up to pay tribute to a Bray Wyatt type deal is Bo Dallas coming out. Would be kind of cool too.
Or Redbeard.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Hair growing, yeah, that would be cool.
At least he's been like tangentially around lately, whereas
Yeah.
not
Well, I mean, Bo
long.
Dallas was presumably Uncle Howdy, so whatever. But can't have Uncle Howdy come out there. That'd be dumb.
It would be pretty fucking dumb.
What about people that recently had babies? What do you think the chances are of them coming out for Women's Royal Rumble? Alexa Bliss, Carmella, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Peyton Royce is out there. Actually, I think Peyton Royce is pregnant again. Billy Kay. Billy Kay just had hers, I think. I don't think she'd be able to come back yet. But like Alexa Bliss and Carmella. So just because they were under contract already, I'd go with those two. What do you think the chances are they come back in this? Even if it's just for that one spot and then away again for another month or two before they really come back.
Yeah.
I guess it would depend on how low you are on women too. Like how many NXT people you want to bring into this thing, right?
Right, that's what I was gonna say. 30 women is a lot of women for a company that.
I mean, they do have it. It's just that a lot of them are like, you're gonna have to bring it. Like Blair Davenport's gonna have to come in there. Tiffany Stratton probably gonna have to come in there.
Alba
stuff
Fire
like
and
that.
fucking
Yeah, people that are not using that are on the main roster magically. Yes, yeah. They definitely have 30 women. It's just
Throw Maurice in there.
the thing is like what we always talk about, or what I always bring up is I don't like Royal Rumbles where 80% of the people are people that you know is not gonna fucking win. I hate that shit. Like I'm okay with the LA Knight being in the men's Royal Rumble. I know he's not gonna win, but there is an outside chance that it's possible. Like they swear if they threw a curveball, it would be him. Having Tegan Knox in a fucking women's Royal Rumble, or 20 Tegan Knoxes, I should say, because of the way, not because she's not good, but just because of the way she's positioned on the card going into the event is what I'm saying. 20 of that,
there is a
or
way
20
to tell
Blair
the
Davenports. It's not gonna I don't want to see that.
There's a way to tell the Cody and Punk story by having neither of them win.
Yes,
They
they
wrestle
not
each other.
eliminate each other
Yeah,
at the same
they
time,
wrestle-
like both go out at the same time type deal. Yeah.
Yep, and then they wrestle each other, and then whoever wins out of that wrestles for the title that isn't being challenged for by the Royal Rumble winner. So
Yeah, if they want to prolong it and have the match at Elimination Chamber, yeah, that'd be cool. But then, of course, you got to think about this: who is going to be the Elimination Chamber match? Because Roman's not going to do it, and if Rollins is actually hurt and they're trying to calm him down so he can get through the WrestleMania match before he does his surgery or whatever. Are we doing a Gunther fucking Elimination Chamber match? We're definitely not doing a Logan Paul one, right? Like, there's no fucking way. You cannot have Logan Paul go in there and beat fucking 5 other people. An Elimination Chamber. You can't.
Time to give that. It's time for that solo Sikoa push, boy.
And then Gunther, if he's in it, no one's going to take that seriously either because it's like, no, it's no fucking way Gunther's on the Roman Reigns level as far as he's not losing it unless it's WrestleMania. We can agree on that?
No.
By the way, you keep saying fucking... You said for months that Chad Gable was going to take it off this motherfucker. This man lost to fucking Ivar, dude, on Raw, and Ivar lost to fucking Akira Tozawa the week before. Chad Gable was not winning the fucking Intercontinental title off of Gunther. Let's go ahead and put that to bed. I told you from the get-go, he's not winning it from Gunther.
His styles just don't match up good with Ivar, but he...
Oh my god. And Tozawa's did?
Yeah.
Man, shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Shut up, dude. Shut up.
You know how good Tozawa was when he was in fucking Dragon
I
Gate?
do. But I also know how they positioned him in that. They built Ivar. No, I'm not talking about this right now. We're talking about Royal Rumble. I'm not talking about this right now. Do not start your shit. Do not start your shit with me on here.
What if Master Wato shows up?
Yeah, what if? He'll get thrown out. He'll break the record for the least amount of time in the fucking ring. That's what he'll do.
No,
He'll break Santino's record. Yes, he will.
You know how hard that would be to beat? Jesus Christ.
It will not be hard for Wato.
That's not true.
It will not be hard at all.
He flows like Wato.
You know what you do is you stop him before he gets into the ring, like he's on the apron, and you have somebody big. You have somebody big, just take him over the top.
And put him back over.
And then put him back over. Like, bring him in just so he's in, and then just toss him back over like, yeah, you were in. No one said that your feet have to hit the ring before you get knocked out. I'm just letting you know. That's never been said, because we've had people come in there, they jump off the top rope, land in somebody's hands, and they get dumped out. So you don't actually have to touch the ring with your feet to be entered into the Royal Rumble. So you could literally pick this man up over before he gets over to the ropes. Take him over the rope. Boom, boom, out. Yeah, like just chuck him. Fuck him. Master Wato would break the record. At least he'd be in the history books, though, so that's good.
Break the record for most eliminations.
Yoshitatsu would have been in the Royal Rumble longer than Master Wato. That's how bad Master Wato is.
Master Wato would start at number 1 and get 29 on eliminations.
Shit. You know what? I was talking to Michael at work about things I hate about the Royal Rumble. And we were watching old Royal Rumbles, right? So, a few things. Every man for himself. Stop saying it. It's not. It's not. You have people team up all the time.
They team up all the time.
They team up all the time. Every man for himself. You literally have people that are so stupid in the Royal Rumble that someone's getting eliminated that they're not connected to. And they hit the other fucking dude to stop him from fucking throwing him out. I hate that shit. We talked about it with Trent in AEW, right? With that Battle Royal. Dumb as hell. Dumb. Hate it. Number two, I really hate when they do the promos leading up to it. I'm gonna go through 29 other guys and outlast them all. Not if you're not number 1. You're not. Not if you're not number 1. You're not going through 29 other dudes unless you're number fucking 1 and you're fucking in there at the end.
If you come in at like number 6 and the first 5 are still in there.
Yes, correct. But that's not ever gonna happen. That's not happening. That's not happening. Whatever. You get what the fuck I'm saying. You cannot sell me that you're gonna fucking Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes went through 29 other guys last year.
I outlasted 29 other dudes. No, you didn't, dude.
Yes,
you know you didn't. You outlasted 3 people.
Just because listen, the match starts when the match starts. It's not his fault.
He's not outlasting them.
He did.
That's why they keep. That's why they keep track of how much time you've been in the ring. I can literally see that you didn't outlast 1 through 28 because they were all in the ring longer than you. You didn't last longer than anybody. That's not the correct wording at all.
He outlasted them.
He did not outlast them. That's not how that works.
He was smarter than them.
He didn't go through 29 dudes. He didn't outlast 29 dudes. No, that's not how that works. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. I hate these fucking sayings that they do all the time, dude.
Hate them. To the production truck, said, "Play my shit last." That's how he lasted.
And I also hate, and it's not really it's annoying, but it's because they had to change the rules as they went along to fit whatever narrative they had to do. But you need to pick one or the other. If you get thrown out by a dude that's not in the fucking Rumble anymore,
are you out?
Are you out or are you not? Because Maven's still in the goddamn Rumble as far as I'm concerned. Curtis Axel is still in the Rumble as far as I'm concerned. You've got fucking we just watched the Rumble. We literally just watched the Rumble yesterday where somebody comes in, they're not legal. Vader comes back in after getting thrown out. He's pissed. he starts chucking over people that are actually still in the Rumble. Vince, on commentary, says that
doesn't count.
those doesn't count because he's not a legal participant in the Rumble anymore. So those guys got to come back in. You got to make up your fucking mind, dude. Which one is it? Just pick one. It's not that serious. Pick one. It's okay. Even if Undertaker throws him out, okay, throws out Maven, beats his ass all over the place, brings him back in. At least bring him back in so he can get thrown out. It's okay. You still gonna get credit for the ass beating, so who cares? To not have him ever eliminated by somebody that was actually in the Rumble, or that is currently in the Rumble, I should say, that is still legal, is so asinine. Like, I feel like that's such a simple thing to be like, okay, we can still do that spot, but make sure you throw him back in the ring so somebody else can knock him out.
Okay. Listen, you can't complain about that and then not also bring up an issue with the time that all three of fucking Mick Foley's characters were in the same Royal Rumble.
No, I love that. That's one of the greatest fucking moments in Royal Rumble history.
He was thrown out.
Mick Foley never entered. He could have came in a fourth time. He could have came in as Mick Foley. He could have came in as Santa Claus too.
Okay, so when Cody re-enters as Fuego 2,
yes, and dashing Cody, sure can, sure can, sure can. Sure can. Kane can come out there as DDS if he wants. I don't give a fuck as fake Diesel. I don't give a fuck what he comes out there as. He can come out there as all of them. We've had Diesel come out and Big Daddy Cool, and then Kevin Nash back. Oh, no, it's 2 different years, but they were back to back. Like it was Kevin Nash one year, and then next year it was Big Daddy Cool Diesel. He dyed all his hair and shit black or whatever. Come on, man, we can do that. I'm cool with that. That's fucking great. By the way, it fit his person or his character anyway because he's fucking got. He's basically split personality, is what fucking Mick Foley was in the Attitude Era.
So
don't start
I don't give a shit about your mental illness.
Don't act like that doesn't count. Excuse me, sir. We are mental health awareness type people here. Okay,
no. If I throw your mentally ill ass out once, I shouldn't have to do it again.
But you didn't throw him out though. He acts completely different. It's not the same. It's not the same 3 people. They have a completely different moveset and character and personality.
I don't give a shit.
It's completely different. Completely different.
Give a shit. I should get 3 eliminations for throwing out Mick Foley.
Why don't you get on the person that fucking let him pick out 3 goddamn lottery balls? Why don't you get on that person?
Were they still?
He had to literally change twice. He had to change twice in each character because he had to do this to pick the balls, and then he had to do it later when he actually came out as the characters. Let's talk to Vince and be like, "What, Vince? Why did you let this motherfucker pick out 3 different balls as 3 different people dressed up?" That's what you should be asking.
He just bought it off of other people backstage.
Mick Foley very frugal with his money. I don't think that's possible, unless that's what he was saving it all up for. This is my one moment right here. This is what I've been saving money for all my life. This is why I've been cheap. I'm about to buy 2 other numbers, and I'm going to come out there 3 different times. That was a great moment, dude. What are you talking about? That was fucking awesome. Love it.
Rules-wise, it still didn't make any fucking sense.
It does make sense.
It doesn't. It's the same guy.
Who was he announced as? Was he announced as Cactus Jack all 3 times? Oh my god. Yes, it does matter. In fact, in that same Royal Rumble, I was hoping that Terry Funk came out because he came out as Chainsaw Charlie. He could have came out as Terry Funk. I was hoping that was going to happen. That would have been sick.
You think if Cody gets thrown out, he can come back in as Dashing Cody Rhodes and as
yes.
That's so stupid.
Different name. Actually, no, it's a different name. But if you want to come out as Cody Runnels, sure.
All right, wrap this shit up. I'm done. I'm done listening to this.
Oh, we gotta do confidence picks right quick. We'll do confidence picks. This is already taking way too long for a 4-match show, but confidence picks. I am gonna go. I'm gonna go Roman number 4.
Yeah.
Okay, you agree with that? Same for you?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go Bailey number 3.
Okay. I'll go my men's Royal Rumble pick number 3.
Okay. I'll go Logan 2 and then my men's pick 1.
I'll go women's 2 and then Logan 1.
Okay. I'll just see if I can remember that.
Okay. If you forget, I'll just text you.
All right, there it is. There is our prediction, sure to be wrong, and confidence picks for this Saturday's Royal Rumble, Saturday, January 27th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Make sure you catch it on Peacock. We'll be watching it, and of course, we'll be doing our review on Sunday. So that'll be awesome. And then, of course, we'll be talking about all the big news that has dropped this week. And don't forget, we still got Dynamite tonight, too. So, like, this is going to be a huge Wrestling Week long show ahead probably on Sunday. Thanks for watching. Prediction sure to be wrong. This is the MonsterCast. I'm Jack. That's Ryan. Deuces.